And we're back. Oh, we're not fully back because holy shit, my face is not in the proper place. Holy moly, what is going on right there? Why is the color even different? Hey, this is not right. The hell? Hold on, let's try this again. What's going on here, man? Hold on, I think I know what's going on. I done goofed yet again. I've done goofed, and I don't even think I have. Oh yes, I do have my my herpety derp working as well. Okay, let's see. Maybe is it this? Is it this? I think it's this. No, is it this? I think it's this. Where is it? Where's how does this technology work? Hold on. Yes! Now I figured it out. We're good to go. We're fucking back, baby. Holy shit, we're back. I see a lot of familiar faces in the comments right now. What's up, Mr. Bear Nutrition, our lovely moderator? Keeping everyone safe in Safu here, just like CZ, just like C fucking Z. I see a lot of callbacks actually to to the Discord. In fact, I'll put it up on the chat right here. I see someone who's he's hating. He's hating, I think, because he says, King Cosmic says, Saint Anna is possibly the worst trader of all time. You sound like you don't appreciate free knowledge bombs, asshole. Fuck you. Kidding, man. But if you do want to join the Discord, it's free. It's in the is it even in the link in the description below? Let me see. Hold on. Where's our links here? It's not even. Yes, it is here. It's right here. It's free to join, but I got to warn you. It's not for everyone. In fact, it's not for most people. You should be very, 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 very careful. USA chants go on in the background from Orange Julius. Nice one, man. Indeed, I have all of the jerseys possible in the world right now. Not because I support any of these particular teams. I mean, I am from the USA, obviously, but because I'm in Dubai and it's hot as fuck here, and so these are quite comfortable. In fact, anyways, I see some other very interesting comments here. Let's just kind of cruise around. This is gonna be fun. Let's have a little bit of fun with this. I see right at the beginning of this stream, the cult has invaded, and I see some comments. Where was it? I saw this while I was taking a shit. Cameron Maltby, Hex Army! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Pulse chain is the future. Pulse chain to flip gold and become global reserve currency. Like, the internet's a funny place because like, imagine you're just having a conversation with someone and you're just like, hey, what's up, man? Like, how are you doing today? Good, great, yeah. And then someone just like rolls up into your conversation. It's like, pulse chain's the future. And you're just like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Have you been lobotomized? And now I've done it because all of the pulse chainers, there's going to be like 50 videos from like Hex people on Twitter now being like, he made fun of one of us. Making fun of one of us is like making fun of all of us. It's like NATO. Fuck you. War. It's like, holy shit. You want to play something fun? Let's play something fun, huh? Let's play a fun game today. The bag holder bingo. Some of you might be very familiar with this. Some of you from a certain three-letter cult might be very familiar with this. See you this time next year. The fundamentals haven't changed, just the litigations. I deleted my blockfolio. Soon. Price is being manipulated by the whales. Whole market's down, not just us. This is my favorite one. Ignore the paid fudsters. They're gatekeeping because they don't want you to know about my precious precious coins. Fudsters just trying to get into cheaper. That's right. That's right. Hold the line. I'm not interested in the price. I'm here for the technology. Yeah, I hope this is my favorite one, actually. I hope the price stays down. More time to accumulate. Yes, my paychecks comes in every 2 weeks, and that is a whole $5 disposable to invest. That's going to be 5 whole coins. God damn, man. XRP holders card. Yeah, there's a lot of them. Ninebreaker says Hex, XRP, and ICP army members. I've even really heard of ICP. I mean, I've heard of ICP, but I haven't like seen the ICP cold. I guess maybe that's a new one. There's a whole lot of them though. He cried after learning the founder donated 10 million to Kamala. Yeah, Kamala's she's got XRP donations now. She's accumulating. Cardano is one of my favorite cults, yeah, for sure. But I don't see too much from them anymore. That was like a 2021 cult, right? Not for long. Not for long. the market can remain irrational longer than you can remain in a cult. I don't make the rules, so don't hate me. Paul Tudor Jones is long Bitcoin. Are you, motherfucker? Well, we should just do everything that he does, right? We got the Juggalos here, the ICP army. I remember that from like that when I was a kid. The ICP army was like a thing. The only real reason why I even know what the ICP army is because of a Workaholics episode. One of the best shows on normal TV. Everyone, it's the YouTube comments are so great. You get some of the best people, like the best fucking commenters. I see you. I definitely see you. You also get just people who are like, they're just here to fucking chill it. Just chill, baby. Gotta be fresh, yeah. One of the best shows on regular TV. Yeah, absolutely. Workaholics and Blue Mountain State, probably some of the best shows that regular TV ever had. Like actual funny shows, you know, not the stupid shows with the laugh track. Like, holy shit, you have to be fully lobotomized to appreciate a show with a laugh track. Do you understand why the show has a laugh track? One, because it's not fucking funny. And two, because the people who watch it are so fucking lobotomized that they need to be told when to laugh. It's like, this is a funny part. Ha ha ha. You should laugh now. Ha ha ha. Like, shut the fuck up. Trailer Park Boys, is that on regular TV though? I think isn't that like an HBO thing? Troll comments are the best. That's right, Mr. Peter Underwood. It makes it fun, man. That's what makes these YouTube lives fun. If you buy Fartcoin, you will experience wealth in abundance. That's right. I was doing some Fartcoin earlier. Just dropped him into the toilet. Idiocracy in action. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of that. In fact, as the elections come up are we 2 weeks away from elections now? Almost 2 weeks. No, less than 2 weeks. Wow, it's really creeping up on us. Like, I don't know, 8, 9, or 10 days, something like that. 12 days. I have to mute all of fucking Twitter, man. I hate it. I just fucking hate it. My brain is melting. What's up, Durian? This is the best show. No more fruit farming. Just trade of your charting. Love it. Fucking love it. Krown word of the day is lobotomized. It's the word of the month. It's actually been the word of the year. I fucking love it, man. It perfectly describes many things out there in the world. Lobotomization. We've been lobotomized. I've been lobotomized too. I'm not even trying to make fun of anyone. I've been fucking lobotomized as well, just by reading Twitter. It's terrible. It's really, really bad for your brain. Krown, when Elsa gonna do her chicken impression on live stream? She says she still needs to practice. Crocs everywhere. Indeed. I thought the word was abundance. That was so 3 months ago, sir. Get with it. Get in the times, as Elsa likes. My favorite thing about being with a foreigner, and like the funny thing is I call her a foreigner even though I live in her country. It's like, you fucking foreigner. Is that she says all sorts of funny stuff like, get in the times. And what is another one that you say? She refers to her arms as hands and her legs as feet, like all the time. It's really confusing. So American, that's right, ma'am. Everyone is a foreigner. As long as America is head of the global world order, which hopefully remains for at least a few more years. Seems like Iran, China, and Russia are making a lot of leeway here, though. What's really funny to me is seeing Westerners, especially Americans, like not understand that the world right now is a fucking war. Look at me getting into politics. We're already at war. It's already a war. It's always an ongoing war of who wants to be on top. And guess what? It's the fucking West, led by the U.S., against the people in kind of the East, I guess, which is China, Iran, and Russia. Holy shit. If you haven't figured that out right now, you're lobotomized. That's why you should support the West if you're in the West, because guess what? When you fall out of number one of the world order, life fucking sucks. Life fucking sucks. That's why all the other people are trying to get to number one. Holy shit. My brain has been lobotomized. It's always funny, man. It's like, we shouldn't support Israel. We shouldn't support Russia, or we shouldn't support Ukraine. We should support Russia. It's like, you fucking idiot. You're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. Holy shit. Unless if you like literally just hate your quality of living. I mean, that's fair enough too. All right, enough of that, because I'm going to attract the woke right. There's the woke left and then the woke right. And right now, only one side is against me. But the other side, they're coming too, man. They're coming too. I, for one, welcome my new Chinese overlords. Yeah, that's my favorite part, is like people who hate on America, and then it's like, what do you think the alternative is, huh? What do you think? Like, look, I'm not saying America's perfect. It's far from it, but it's the best option right now. I mean, for fuck's sake. All right, let me turn off. Oh, actually, no, I need Discord, so I can't turn that off just yet. So should we actually get into some price action analysis? Should we talk about some price action analysis today? Let me get over here and let me reference my notes, actually. Make the French Revolution great again. Yeah, people don't understand what an actual changing of the guard looks like. It's really, really bad. Even if you're on the winning side, just the turmoil of the whole situation is really, really bad. Study fucking history. Don't be an idiot. Anyone hates America should leave. Yeah, if you're in America, well, actually, just anyone in the world should just leave. Just get out. More hex analysis, please. Oh, dear Lord. Maybe we get to that a little bit later. It is fun to do, but man, I really don't like dealing with the fucking hexers on Twitter. I've had to mute all of them because they are just relentless. Like they have like their priests who tell everyone what to do, and they like identify targets. It's so crazy, man. It's so crazy. And if you speak anything that's like not singing the praises, they send the dogs after you. That's how it works. And they're like proud of it too. They're proud of it. It's like, Jesus Christ. How do you even fight that? It's like you're proud of it. So fair enough. All right, cool. Hexer has gone wild. That should be it. Okay, so let's start it off right over here. Actually, I wanted to start off referencing the title of this video. Or the title of this stream, which is, what is the title of the stream? Is this good for crypto? This was actually a focus, I believe, of a video from last week, which was looking at MicroStrategy, which has a strong correlation. In fact, let me bring up the correlation chart to Bitcoin here, because I think that really helps with understanding the importance of this, as we do see, yes, a very, very strong correlation between MicroStrategy and Bitcoin ever since about late or end of Q3 of 2020. Why was that? That was because Michael Saylor decided to buy a shit ton of Bitcoin with MicroStrategy's treasury. And as you can see, ever since there, which was this red line, the correlation was extremely, extremely high, like something that you really don't even see across many things, which is like above an 80 spot 80 correlation coefficient right there. And a very high adaptive R squared as well. Yeah, there are a few times in history where we actually have seen this correlation be decorrelated or uncorrelated for a small amount of time. But as you can see, it was a small amount of time, and then quickly after that, they reverted back into strong correlations with each other. And we actually saw something relatively similar over here recently. That was kind of giving us a bullish bias, amongst other things as well, that Bitcoin was going to pick itself up off of its bootstraps at about the $60,000 region a couple weeks ago and march upwards and onwards. But here's the thing. I do think that MicroStrategy is once again the more obvious chart. We do say that MicroStrategy, after last couple weeks breakout right here, do I even have a chart for this? Okay, let's do some lines. Let's do some lines. Here's some fucking lines for you. We do see the breakout from early October got retested last week, and this week it does look like this one's actually looking for continuation. I think it's a lot more obvious on the daily time frame right here. You can see a quick retest, boom, back up, and just yet again another higher low. So I do believe that this is still a good omen for Bitcoin, likely doing the same thing. In fact, Bitcoin on the shorter term time frames looks kind of similar coming into this region right here, still on that correction, looking for that higher low. Basically anything above $66,000 is going to look pretty good and in alignment with what we did just look at for MicroStrategy back on over here. In fact, going to the daily time frame, let's just see. Yeah, you can see perfectly right there. So So going into this one, I do think that this for Bitcoin can take a little bit more time. Obviously, it could take another few days. It's very possible that we've actually already seen the high for October, because a high did come in on the 21st of October, and that actually is the average date that we do see the high come in for the month of October. Yes, sometimes it comes in a little bit later, absolutely, especially in strong market uptrends. We do see it come in, closer to the beginning of the 4th week of October, but it wouldn't be uncharacteristic or crazy to assume that we've actually already seen the high for October, and we're probably waiting around until early November, where Bitcoin actually typically puts in the low very, very early on within the month. So, what could that look like for the next 8 or so days as we do kind of eat up time into November? Could look something like this, where where it essentially curls around, puts in a higher low, and again, anything above $66,000 on a daily closing basis is fine in that regard. Moving on from there, I do want to get into some price statistics just for the day. Yet again, we have seen Bitcoin essentially hold the range. Yesterday, it didn't actually test either side, which is a good indication that Bitcoin probably is going to reconsolidate here and probably is going to put in a higher low somewhere around this region, again above 66. But now the daily range, or actually let me just do it for today's range, you can see to the downside. Sorry, first let me explain that Wednesday is actually the most likely day to close negatively. So Bitcoin is going to fall through here. Probably would happen today, or at least most likely to happen today. Actually don't think that's what's going to happen. I think you're going to see another inside or sideways day, essentially, as if we look at all Wednesdays since 2024 began, almost 60% of them have closed negatively, which is, again, the worst out of any day of the week. Now, I should add, however, that for those negative closing weekdays, it's been pretty modest losses at 1.75% on average, versus the gains on Wednesdays, the positive closing Wednesdays, have actually seen the second highest positive return out of any weekday at almost 320 right there. So again, if we were to look at this as an overall range, which I do believe that Bitcoin will very likely hold the range today, I don't think they're going to see a break out to the upside nor a breakdown to the downside, but 66,200 to the downside would be the bottom barrier, versus the topside barrier, which would be about 69,500 or so. So fair enough. Moving on from there, getting into the daily HPDR. This actually almost perfectly corroborates that story, especially to the downside. So Bitcoin did have a test somewhere down around the bottom end of the 38.2 level, which is $66,000. Completely fine here again. Just don't want to see any closures below there. So the analysis from Sunday and Monday still remain more or less the same. Look, we expected a pullback after hitting this region right here, and after the market got maybe a little bit too excited in the short term, but now we expect a little bit of time being put in sideways as Bitcoin goes for that highly coveted higher low. Now, of course, I wouldn't even consider that Bitcoin has even put in a higher low here until at minimum we've seen Bitcoin close a daily back above the median on the HPDR, which is where basically $68,000 is what I'd round that up to as of right now. So until you see a daily closure above there, I wouldn't consider the possibility that Bitcoin's actually the train is gonna leave the station, as many YouTubers and and clickbaiters like to say. But that would be my sort of earliest criteria for even saying that this is that higher low that I think a lot of people are looking for, and you should be expecting March above $70,000 from there, probably closer to $74,000 actually, the prior all-time high. Anyways, moving on from there, we should be aware that the daily stochastic oscillator has turned down as of last night's closure. I would be expecting a correction as long as this one is positioned to the downside. Now, this can obviously come down, here for a few days, test the edge of the bullish control zone, and then pop back on up. I suspect that's probably what's about to happen. But hey, if Bitcoin does close above 68,500, it will turn back up today. So that would obviously be above that $68,000 pivot. So if both of those conditions were met, again, another obvious strong signal that Bitcoin is going to march on to new highs, or at least retest prior all-time highs and very likely make new all-time highs from this current region. But until then, expect a little bit more sideways, expect a little bit more of a corrective period. If I had to guess right now, it's probably going to last into early November, and then you get your actual move. And then lastly, or do I even have another chart for you? Let me just bring up my notes over here. I actually forgot. No, in fact, that's it. That's essentially what I'm looking for today. So, answering again the question of this title of this video, is this good for Bitcoin? Looking at MicroStrategy over here, yeah, I do think so. With MicroStrategy essentially having a perfect retest and then back up, and also trading ahead of Bitcoin yet again, which it has done many times in the past. And so, Does that bode well? Very likely, yes. Especially having a strong monthly closure like this with 8.5 days left to go in the trading month. I mean, that would be good. That would be good, and very likely set it up for an explosive November, which is where I do think you see Bitcoin very likely retest per all-time high, probably make new all-time highs as well. And again, where would I turn around and say, hey, I'm wrong to be bullish. I'm wrong to be biased towards bullish, or the statistics are wrong. The numbers are wrong. It's always like the dumbest fucking statement you could possibly make. The numbers are like one is not one. Crazy. But Bitcoin closing a daily below $60,000. Yeah, that's where things start to get a little more concerning. And especially below 65, I suppose, if you want to be a little more conservative there. But 66 would be the number, technically about $200 below that if you want to be super exact. But it's easier to kind of round off in these videos, and I think that's a good place for me to be leaving off on this one. So let's see. Alchemist says, nothing happening until after the clown show election IMO. Yeah, I mean, it could be. Markets typically do like certainty, and a very uncertain time is coming into U.S. elections. So, a week or two in advance of that time. Do we expect a little bit of indecision here? Yeah, I suppose. So I don't disagree. I can see the logic in that statement. And of course, U.S. elections are very early on in November. It's the 5th of November, I believe. Is it November 5 or November 4? I don't even know. No, it's got to be Tuesday. Yeah, because people talk about Tuesday. So that would be the 5th. Yeah, that would be the 5th. 76,000 by the end of next week, says AZTV. I mean, could be. Again, that would be early November. So that would work with my timeline. That's, I think fine. I think fine because it matters what I think. Look, Pride's going to do what Pride's going to do, right? But again, in the realm of relating it to statistical models, yeah, it would still work out. Yeah, I would agree with that. Remember the 5th of November. What's up, Frank Garcia? Another OG of this cave, for real, sir. Anyways, let me, yes, Elsa is here today. She is posting me the super chats in the background. So I think the first one of the day is Mr. Matthew Bund. Mr. Matthew Bund. By the way, I need to give a big shout out to all of 2 videos ago. I randomly told a video about pussy or balls. I don't even know what that guy's name was. And like, it was I didn't even think about that, to be honest. And then I wake up the next morning and I check the comments of the video, and it's like 100 comments just only saying balls, and like also women as well. Like Jessica Baker, balls. It's like, okay. Anyways, Solana Bitcoin. Yeah, we can definitely look at that. I suspect it's going to be bullish, but let's see. Let's see. Actually, maybe Solana versus Bitcoin, maybe not. Solana versus Ethereum, yes. Okay, weekly or 5-day. Overall, yes, I do like it. Overall, yes, this does seem to be a higher low right here. Again, on momentum turning back up. And I see a slew of higher lows here. So generally, I do think that this one is positioned to break out to the upside. The question is when. Monthly look right here. I didn't even ask about it, but I suspect you're just interested in the higher term timeframes. Closing above 0.024 should force this one back up and retest probably prior all-time highs. To me, this just looks like a flag out and continuation. I don't really have a reason to be bearish on this as long as you're above your Thursday, the 17th of October low. If it were to come back down below your 17th of October low, yeah, that would make me bearish on this. But until then, to me, this looks like, though, it's under whale accumulation. It's under whale accumulation. Whales accumulating, bro. You know what that means. It's going lower. Curtis Tape says SPX 69,000. There is no chart. Great. I won't look at that then. I think that's just a shill. Yeah, if it doesn't have a chart, I can't really look at it, man. So that's that's cool. Luke Doyle says PSTG weekly, monthly. Is that a stock? Let's see. Yeah, I think so. All right, let's check it out. Weekly, monthly. Let's check it out. Let's go to monthly first. Okay. All right. I'd be looking for this. This one does seem to have hit a pretty important high right here, and I would be looking for it to consolidate for a while longer. I don't think it's going to be breaking this high anytime soon. I do think you are going to. I do think long term probably does, but likely trades within this range for a while. It could take a long time. a very, very long time. I mean, this is a weekly look after all. But anything above, your September lows is going to be long-term bullish. I mean, you do have to respect the uptrend, or I have to respect the uptrend here. It's just, I think you've hit a pretty important high, reconsolidation, maybe try later next year back to those highs and new highs. Only bearish below September lows at that point. Yeah, get ready for this thing to come down significantly into the low 30s or high 20s. But this one's kind of blown its top for a little bit of time. Again, extremes here on. Whoops, let me get my thingy. Extremes here on volatility. Going to very likely be signaling the top at least for a while. Anyways, Peter Underwood says, donations for Elsa's chicken impressions practice. Elsa gives a thumbs up for that. She likes it. Cameron Malpe says, Ponky on Mexi on the daily, please, sir. All right. Ponky on Mexi. It all rhymes. Actually pretty good. Actually really, really good on the monthly, but maybe that's not what you're interested in. Is this one still in a trading range? Yes. Is it very likely to resolve the trading range to the upside? Likely, yes. Again, above your September lows, have to be bullish on it long term. It can spend some more time within this region, but the second that you see this thing close a weekly above like 55 cents, expect this thing to make new all-time highs. And yeah, I do think overall it is bullish. And I think it actually probably does try this move in November. This is a pretty decent monthly. Monthly above even 50 cents would do it for me. So I would be biased towards the upside here. The question is when. If it does get rejected here again, I would be looking for it to come back down into the middle of the range, like low 30 cents, but overall not bearish as long as it holds the uptrend, and that would be your September lows. So that's all I have to say about that, sir. Kyle says ITO versus wrapped Ethereum. That's how you know it's going to be good. Another one that looks like it's kind of hit a major high right there. Going to be very likely ranging at best for a while, probably closer to the lows here. I do think that this one will come down lower. It's not much of a chart, not much to be going off of. I mean, it's been around since July, so I always want to say when I have something that's like super, super new like this, I don't trust it that much, but I do see divergence on your daily stochastic oscillator, and I do see it about to freshly turn down as well. So if that does happen, I'd be looking for it to come somewhere down around here and probably try for a bounce, and then, hopefully for your sake, trade sideways for a while and then maybe try another upside move. But yeah, I don't think that this one's moving to the upside soon. In fact, sorry, I'd even adjust this to this area right here. As long as you're below this area right here, I mean, it's just range plays. Nothing super interesting as far as I can see. ITU is Nero's original name, like the Roman emperor? I don't think so, because that's spelled wrong. Woodworth says, AMC, please, good sir. Do you mean like the stock? Let's check it out. Another Colt stock. Great chart. I love shitty charts. Here's what the real chart looks like. Look, has it found, is it, Jesus Christ. Okay, I actually need to go to log view just because this thing is so bad. Like, it's always hard on pieces of shit like this because, it can have a big bounce out of nowhere. That's the problem with these things. But I think you kind of just had your big bounce right here and it's about to come back down. I mean, this was a more than 2x bounce. I'm looking at this as likely another lower high. Maybe it does something like this. Fucking hard one, man. Elsa, can you bring me some water, please? Or can you bring me the coconut water? I really like that one. Unbiased guess who will have the biggest percent gain in the bull run? AMC, Bitcoin. Okay, maybe it's a crypto because now you're just listening to a bunch of shitcoins. Let's see. Oh, maybe it's this thing. Unbiased opinion of which there's no chart there. Just a coconut, please. Okay, is this it? This thing's too. Look, the newer ones have more potential to have bigger percent gain runs. For sure, but they also have the highest risk. So this one would appear to be, if this is what you're actually talking about and not AMC the stock, which would be nice if you could clarify, just in general. Okay, is this actually the right one? Yeah, it is. Hold on, I have a delivery coming in. Kitos. Okay. If this is what you're actually talking about, it has the most potential here just because it's the newest thing. It's been around since June of 2023. The other ones that you list off, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, SHIB are all older ones. I mean, SHIB, I suppose less so. Besides, like, let's say we got rid of this one because it's the most risky one. What has the most, which one would I guess has the highest % gain run in the bull run between Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, or SHIB? Again, a SHIB it's going to be the newest out of all of those, so it has the most potential. Dogecoin, I don't think is going to do all that much. Ethereum, I don't think it's going to do a hell of a lot either. I mean, this doesn't look great here, but it is newer, so to get to its prior all-time high, it could be like a 5x move. So that's somewhere around there, which I do think that it probably will do at some point in the cycle. And I don't think Bitcoin's going to go for a 5x. I don't think Ethereum's going to go for a 5x. I don't think Dogecoin's going to go for a 5x. So I'd say this thing, but again, newer equals more. I mean, it's not just newer; it's also a fucking meme coin. So more risk as well there too. So it just depends on which game you want to play. Choose your risk and what you're comfortable with. Cameron Maltby is back. He's looking at Solana and daily. I think I saw this one the other day. It closed above a critical region. Indeed, it did. It is closed above these last few prior highs right here. So while short term, it probably does pull back a little bit. I do think that this one will pull back a little bit. I would be looking for a higher low somewhere around maybe 150-ish. And then for this one to try towards the top side of the range. But this one has done something very, very important here. Overall, I do think that this one's going to make a run towards 185 to $200 sometime between now and the next few weeks, and probably even just goes for new highs from there, anyways. Or I guess the prior all-time high, which would be 260. But in the short term, do I think it pulls back a little bit here? I think. Actually, yes, it very easily could. And like somewhere around 150 to 155 is probably where I'd be looking towards. Let me actually see what a fib would be saying about this. 155 to 150. Holy shit. It's like my brain is working in Fibonacci's now. I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, see fibs everywhere. Every fucking where. Big Bull says, moo moo on the daily, please, sirs. Moo moo on the herpity derp. Please, sirs. All right. Test the top side of the range, coming back down. LARP lines here, largely going to play out yet again. I do think that this one, similar to Solana, will resolve this range long-term to the upside. I do like this constructive manner on higher lows the whole way through, but short-term does very likely come further to the downside. She pull another fib right here. Maybe it tries for a bounce exactly where it's at right now. I don't think that one's going to hold. I do think that you find it somewhere back down around here for a higher low, and then it tries an upside move. But short term, I would expect this one to come a little bit further to the downside. To the derp side. Weekly kind of weird there, as is the monthly. Michael Wong says, Goatius Maximus, not very much history. Oh, well then I can certainly give a great analysis on something that has absolutely no fucking history. I'll try my best. I like the name. That's really that's the best form of analysis on many of these shitcoins. Goatius Maximus. Look, I like Roman type shit. I like Greek type shit. Goatius Maximus sounds like both of those, so I'm in. What is this thing? It's making new highs. Look, I'm never going to hate an uptrend. I don't know. I don't have, again, much data on this, so I don't really trust. If I had to guess right here, I think it's going to continue on to new all-time highs on this move. Goatius Maximus. What is this? Let's go to Coin Market Derp. Goatius Maximus. Goat coin. What market cap is this thing? Oh, it's a Solana with 550 million market cap. Okay. Yeah, this market makes a lot of sense. A fucking meme coin has 500 million market cap. Great market. Terrence Grogan says, Hive stock. Thank you for specifying that it was a stock, sir. That's actually incredibly helpful. Daily and weekly. And even timeframes too. This is awesome. I think the consolidation is quite mature here, actually. Very low volatility, momentum rejecting the bearish control zone. I'd be looking for this one to retest your July highs. Doesn't make a new high and actually reverse the trend. I think this would actually be the chance here. Yeah, I like the monthly. Monthly has momentum turning up as well. I do think that this is the move, and you probably do see it actually trade closer to your July highs, which is $7 or so overall. This can take some time, obviously. I mean, but very low volatility even on the monthly. So I think that this could actually be the next macro high or low. But anywhere above your July highs, this thing will run significantly into double digits. Dr. Checkmate says, and again, can take a long time. This is a monthly. Nova on the daily derp. Nova on the derpy daily. Bad. Very bad. Very fucking bad. If this is what you're talking about. This is a real stock. Another lower high in a series of lower highs in an asset that only knows how to go down. Bullish. Let's see. Where does it rate on the bag holder bingo? I hope the price stays down. More time to accumulate. Maybe it was a crypto. No, because there's no cryptos with that name on DerpView. All right. Gallo says AVAX weekly monthly. Uniswap 2. Just one at a time, man. If you haven't noticed, everyone else does the same. We only have so much time, man, and my voice only has so much stamina before one, I get too pissed off, and two, it just hurts. AVAX, not the fastest horse of this cycle. You know, I don't think that this one's gonna die or nothing like that, but I do think it is gonna. It's just uninteresting compared to the newer shitcoins. Already broke that range, so let's see. What's its new range? Between here and here. And, you know, is this one putting in a high right here below the range highs? Probably yes. I expect it will come down a little bit in the short term, probably do something like this. Maybe later on in the cycle, it's going to be very likely a late bloomer, if anything at all. In fact, if you're going to see this thing move to the upside, it's probably going to be in like the last month of Bitcoin's massive push. And then maybe it does something like this. And then most shitcoins do not survive cycle to cycle, unfortunately. And I don't have a reason to believe that this one will. It's not the worst one in the world, for sure. It's just not the fastest horse. So unless if you really... Hold on. Unless if you're not interested in the price, but you are interested in the tech, maybe it could be a good pick. Because you want to use your AVAX tokens. Tokens. My Chuck E. Cheese tokens are going to make me rich. All right, what do we have next? Cameron Malpe says, XRP or HEX? Which one would I choose? Let's actually see. All right, let's compare these charts. I even want to mention HEX because then these fucking people are just gonna like. He said, "What about HEX?" Like, holy shit. This one guy got super fucking mad at me for not singing the praises of HEX. So he made a whole thread of shitcoins that Elliot talked about. Elliot trades because he's my good friend. He's like, Krown knows Elliot, and Elliot talked about these shitcoins which all went down. It's like, how fucking redacted are you, dude? Like, that's your criticism. And also, like, Elliot, of course, Elliot's pretty fucking reasonable. Like, he tells you when it's super fucking high risk. And, more importantly, he's actually had some really good calls as well. Like, Jesus Christ. But you can't expect the lobotomized to do their research. They just eat up whatever narrative that they get fed by their priests. It is what it is. It is what it is. Anyways, XRP, if you like... I mean... It doesn't beat inflation, but it does work as a stable coin, so there's that. Now, let's compare that with the most highly esteemed piece of technology given to us by our Lord and Savior, Richard Hart. Well, the obvious answer is HEX. All right, Davey says, AVAX versus Solana, bottom in or down only? I think we already looked at that one, actually. Yeah. Look, I don't think this one's going to make new lows below your September 2023 lows. I just don't think it's going to be doing anything super interesting to the upside compared to other things that you have access to in this market. Do I think the LARP lines over here could play out? Maybe. But, it's just... I don't think it's dead. I think it's just irrelevant. Oh, sorry. You're looking at AVAX versus Sol. I apologize. I goofed that one up. AVAX versus Solana on BitTrue. Dead. Bottom is not in for something that only goes down. Whenever you see a chart like this, it's better to just assume further to the downside. Yes, maybe at some point it does bottom, but something that goes down and down and down and down for its whole life and it spans multiple years. Like, see, the thing is that when you call a low, you're expecting something like this. That is unlikely to happen. It could make a bottom here and then do this for like years and years and years and then go lower like years later. The Real SR says Harry Potter, Obama Sonic, Inu 10, whatever the fuck. Okay. I think it's this. I think it's this. Yeah, it's this thing. Better than AVAX. I'm in it for the tech. That's good because it should not be in it for the price. This one looks like it's kind of blown its top in the short term. Yeah, I'd be looking for this one to come down in the short term. Probably come back down to these lows here, somewhere in this region here. Something like this, and then maybe try another upside move. But I think it's blown its top for a while. Extreme volatility marked by divergence and momentum turning down is a pretty high fidelity signal for topping in for a while. Terrence Grogan, he's back. He's looking at Tesla. Nice. More stonks on NASDAQ. Same thing as what I said last week. I do think it's putting in a short-term low here. Momentum about to turn back up above 217.90, which it did close above yesterday. I do think it will pop back up, fill the gap, and then probably even come back down from there. And then that's when I'd be looking for the double derp and then probably try an upside move. At that point, you'd have a few higher lows, and I'd be looking for it to give a move towards 260. But that can take a long time, obviously. Oops, just herpy derped over my keyboard. Weekly, same shit. Yeah, short-term upside move probably comes back down, bases a little bit more here, and then tries its upside move. I'd only get bearish on it if it does close, like, let's say below about 211, 211 and a half below there. I'd be looking for it to come back down to like 180, and then this starts to look really fucking bearish long-term. But for now, I'd kind of give it the benefit of the doubt. So I can be significantly wrong on this one, basing off in this current area, but that's my general disposition right now. Maddie the Batty, that's a cool name. Squid Grow. Do you know what Elsa calls Squidward? She calls him Squidworm. It's Squidworm. No, it's Squidward. Okay, Squidward. Like learn fucking English. Squid Grow. Squid Grow. Okay. Squid Grow for Maddie the Batty. It's a bad chart. It's a real bad chart. Yeah. Pretty bad. It's a big old fucking X for me. Where's... I don't have my damn soundboard. Pretty bad. Pretty fucking bad. The problem with these things is that every once in a while you get a pop to the upside, all of them get sold into. And I don't believe that this is going to be turning around. Well, I mean, look, we have a chart here from September. I don't have a real analysis on this. Maddie the Batty. TJ says, "Hi sir, can we do Tin Hat Cat on Spooky Swap?" Okay, I have my doubts that this is on TradingView, but let's see. Tin Hat Cat. It's on TradingView. All right. It's on Phantom. Going deep into the shitcoin drawer today. Sure, look, again, high quality top signal right here. I do think you will be trading sideways and down for a while, but probably, I mean, you have a lot of room here for a higher low, but it could come down significantly. Some maybe somewhere around like 40 cents or even 30 cents. There will be bounces along the way, obviously, but this thing, yeah, I do think it comes down a little bit lower. You try for a low in like the low 40s, which, I mean, it actually got pretty damn close to already, to be fair. That's where I'd be looking for at least a bounce. And I'll tell you where I get really fucking bearish on it would be below 35 cents on a daily closure. But not much of a chart here to be going off of. In fact, actually short term, I do think it tries to bounce relatively soon off of low 40s, like maybe 42, 43 cents. Maybe a bit of hopium. Aura meme coin on Solana, please, not the one on Ethereum. I have no way of knowing which shitcoin this could possibly be. Aura Solana. Okay. Jesus Christ, like, how do you even find these things? Bad. It's been around for 5 months. Down we go. Now, I don't think it's going to make new lows, like below your September lows, but I do think it comes down a little bit further. You probably get a pity bounce somewhere around like low teens. Tries more sideways and then tries upside later on this year. Hard to get excited about this thing as long as you're below 3 cents. Above 3 cents, you can get excited about it to retest your October highs. Joey Burden says Bitcoin USD. We already looked at that one. Degenerate Speculator says, did I miss the insane clown posse price update? I don't. I think it's this thing you're talking about. I'd still be working off the LARP lines here, sideways for a while. Again, another 2021 shitcoin. There's faster horses in this race. I do think it probably comes down a little bit from here. But I don't think it's going to make new lows. I do think it's going to continue sideways and then try an upside move. I would get excited about it above $11. Until then, it's just a range, and I think that the range will go on for longer. Again, faster horses. Gallo says Uniswap. Bad. 2021 shitcoin didn't do fuck all in the bull market of 2024. Again, faster horses, man. You love these things that just have great technology, but don't really do much for price. It's because I'm moral, sir. Okay, I only buy coins with good fundamentals. Who cares about price when you have fundamentals? Yeah. Thanks, panic sellers. Again, I don't think it's going to make new lows from here. I think you're going to see sideways and up. You're probably going to pop back up here at some point, $20 or so. Long term, it's hard to get excited about as long as you're below even 23, I'd say. But it can move to the upside. Now, I don't think it's going to go lower here. I just think it's going to go, at worst, like sideways for a very long time and then try an upside move. But I would not be looking for it to ever take out these highs over here from 2021. I think best case scenario, you might even find it around like $30. But look, if you're looking at shit from here, here's how you can know if something from 2021 is good, that it's made new highs in 2024. If you see something like that, it's fucking strong. Woot says bonk on the derp. That's Elsa's favorite coin, bonk coin. Bonk coin. I don't know when I did this chart, but same shit. Just tested the top side of the range, coming back down. I'd be looking for it to come down maybe a little bit lower. Maybe at worst comes back down to whatever the hell this number is right here and then tries an upside move. But again, I don't think that this one's going to make new lows below your September lows. I think at worst it's just ranging for a while. Get excited above whatever the hell this number is right here, and at that point should retest this high from July. But sideways is fine for this thing. Leaving a little bit of downside is still just another higher low. I don't think it's a super concerning thing. It's just, is there a faster horse in this race? Probably yes. All right. A lot of people want to look at Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic, 10 Inu, but we've already looked at it, so I think we're good there. Joey Burden says retardio. Is this a real thing? If this is, I want to buy it. Retardio. It is a real thing. It's on Solana, of course. Okay, let's. What is the market cap of retardio coin? Crypto assets, yes, that's what we call it. Over 100 million market cap for retardio. This is a market that makes a lot of sense. I don't know on a chart like that. I don't know on a chart like this. It's too weird looking to me. Not enough history. Maybe CoinEx has more history. Better here. Yeah, certainly better here. I do think that it still corrects for a little bit of time. Some like this, but again, higher lows above 8 or 9 cents. So could look something like this. I'd be very bearish on it below 8 cents, but until then, I'm going to give most things, especially the newer things, the benefit of the doubt here. I know you said 4 hours. Well, might try for a very short-term bounce on the 4 hour, but I don't think that's the bounce you're looking for. I think that this one will come a little bit lower at least. Okay. Oh, I'm at the bottom of the comments. You have more. What's up, Colin McCann? Been a long time, man. You're looking at the Balkan Dwarf. Nice. I see that you've been paying attention. Balkan Dwarf, last week we said put in a high. Let's see. It has put in a high. It's put in a pretty major high here, I think. Let's look at the weekly. I do think it still has some more downside in the short term. Again, very high quality top signal here. When you see extremes on volatility and divergence on momentum plus momentum turning down at the same time, again, you might get a short-term bounce here. That's fine, but I do think the LARP lines continue to play out, and this thing comes down somewhere to this pocket here, and that's where you try for like the real higher low on a weekly time frame, somewhere in this spot, in this pocket. It could very well be that this one's actually even just blowing off its top for forever as well. But I don't hate the monthly just yet. Actually, I don't hate it at all yet. I just think that this one's that this one has put in a local high here on your higher time frames. It's going to swing back down now and try for the higher low. And you know how this thing can trend. This thing can go fucking coast to coast real easy. But again, this is what I mean by like new shitcoin. It's been around for about a year and it can pump and dump like crazy. Which gives it a lot of potential, but also a lot of disastrous consequences for when it does dump out. But yeah, to summarize my thoughts, put in a very important high right here, coming down now. Look for the weekly higher low, maybe somewhere around like again whatever the hell this number is right here, and then maybe it tries later on to the upside later this year. Let's see. Kyle says Fifi. Hold on. Let me just make sure that okay, Fefi. Another one of Matt Furry's frogs. What? I'm lost. What the fuck does this mean? Fifi. Fee fi fo fum. Again, another example of a newer shitcoin. These things can pump and dump pretty damn hard. And just like the last one, I do think it's put in an important high right here. I do think in the short term, it actually will probably try for a little bit of a bounce very soon. But any bounce that fails to get back above, 2.25 cents is just at a bounce before getting ready for a little bit further drop off, I suspect. So, it could very easily look something like this, puts in a lower high, comes down, and it tries for a higher low, hopefully somewhere just above like 1.2 cents. I would get extremely bearish on it though if you see like a higher term time frame closure below about 1 cent. But until then, these things can have such massive ranges due to the likely low liquidity available in these things, which means that the volatility is extremely high. But again, it has held its higher lows the whole way through, so I have to respect that, I suppose. Like all of these are fucking meme coins. Like the problem with the meme coins is that you really are playing a game of musical chairs. Like there's no longer this farce of like, well, we're trying to create a product, but production is slow and it's difficult, and and shit like this. Gallows back. He wants to look at near. Man, you just love all of these prior cycle shitcoins, don't you? Another example of something that is not a fast horse. You must love the technology. I love the technology. He loves the tea. Again, I think this one's put in a high here. Probably comes back down. I don't think it's going to make a new low below your August or September lows, but I do think it comes back down towards those range lows, maybe closer to like 90 cents, trades sideways, and then tries an upside move. But again, just an uninteresting chart compared to newer things that have more potential. Like again, here is the issue. You got memes and everything that have like real potential to the upside just because of the fact that they haven't been around for so long. You don't have all of these fucking herpity derps over here waiting to sell at break even. Why would they sell when they know that the technology is good? Duh, Krown, idiot. The price drop is actually bullish, okay? See you this time next year. Great. Joey Burden says, Mog on the 4-hour in daily. Please, sir, memes are better than fundamental. I mean, look, I'd take a new meme coin over something like this with supposedly fundamentals. If my interest is in just riding some of the upside, again, memes are going to have a lot more risk. I mean, they both have their own risks. They both have high risk, honestly. They all have high risk. I mean, it's fucking crypto, man. It literally can go to zero. Or close to zero. Mog on the 4-hour daily. Okay, has this one put in a major high here? Yes, I do think it has. Do we have a chart for this one? I know that we've charted this before. Yeah, I'm going to guess this was for a weekly. Maybe not. Maybe for a monthly. Just find a time frame that confirms my views. So that's going to be it for today. Retest of the prior high, pulling back from a prior high retest is very, 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 very common. I would be on the watch for a higher low here, but this thing likely pulls back a lot more. I would say at least into this pocket here. Could be all the way down here as well. But that would still be a higher low, and long term, this is one of the better meme coin charts. I mean, this is phenomenal growth, phenomenal gains. So while I do think it pulls back more, and this is not done just yet, I would be on higher low watch. Kind of crazy, but the monthly is not necessarily bearish just yet. Let's see, how big of a percentage move would even that be? I'm just curious, like, because it looks huge. Let's see. Again, this is log scale. From the top, it's a 30% move. It could pull back 50%, still be a higher low. That's fucking crazy. Balls of steel to trade, something like this. Matty the Batty says, Litecoin 4-hour in Tone Vase TD9 sequential voice. I forgot what this guy sounds like, honestly. It's been so long. Is he still around? Let's see. I need to go onto the YouTube and do my own research here. Tone Vase.
All right. Hey, everyone.
Oh, my
welcome
God.
to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Tone Vase. Really one.
He looks a lot better with the beard and the shaved head. He looks like Andrew Tate got cancer. Looks like Andrew Tate got AIDS, which is gay cancer. Someone said that to me when I was like a teen. They didn't say that about Andrew Tate, but they said gay cancer, and I didn't figure that out, what he meant by that, like until 10 years later. Because when I was a kid, I was very afraid of getting AIDS, because in high school, if you remember, in high school, like the sex ed teachers would tell you, okay, if you even fucking touch a girl, you could get AIDS. It can spread from like anything, basically. If you sit down on a toilet wrong, then you might get AIDS and shit like this. And then I realized about 10 years later when I did my own research, AIDS honestly was like, it wasn't only in gay people, but it was mostly in gay people. It's what happens when you have Angus sex. The asshole is not made for such things. I mean, the Christians got that one right. God was right on that one. He's just trying to protect. He's just trying to protect you. Someone fucked a bird in a bird bath, and then AIDS was born. Something like that. Yeah, Litecoin, absolute garbage. Again, another example of something that from cycle to cycle, just a dead horse. Will it go up from here, or will it make new highs from this price? You know, not new all-time highs, but like new yearly highs. Yeah, but again, 2021, 2024 actually did make new highs from cycle to cycle, so maybe it does. But again, faster horses. MPC versus wrapped Ethereum. Did you know Eazy-E died of AIDS? P. Diddy probably gave it to him. 6 hour in daily targets. Like, there's no targets on something like this. I do think that it is putting in a higher low here and will actually retest these highs. There's a target. I actually do think that it is putting a low here. Probably one of the better trusts we've seen today, funnily enough. Only bearish if you see this one close below your October the 2nd low. Below October the 2nd, I'd expect this thing to come back down to like 2 cents or, yeah, 2 cents. But until then, I actually think it's trying for a higher low right here. Daily momentum's turning back up. Not really many signals to be going off of, honestly, but I'd give it the benefit of the doubt for now. I don't think it's topped out just yet. Yeah, it's a hard one. Very, very hard for me, honestly. More time to accumulate. That's right. Woodworth says, who would you place your bet on as the fastest horse in the shitcoin race? The only shitcoins that I know are the ones that I see for like 5 seconds on streams like this. So I don't really keep track of them, man. There's so many different shitcoins that are new and new ones being born each and every day. I have no fucking idea, man. I'll tell you what though, I found a genius shitcoin. It's not a meme coin though. That's the problem. But I found a genius one, and I'm waiting for people to wake up to this one. But it's Lush. It's Lush AI. So it's got the AI bullshit. I don't know if this thing does anything, but I like the premise of it because you know what it is? It's AI girlfriends for OnlyFans. So you can actually make a fucking like AI OnlyFans companion that is only for you. Yeah, I'm getting rid of you. As soon as they get the fleshlight attachment, you're gone. You're a goner. Your days are numbered. I don't know if it does anything to the upside, but in fact, it looks pretty shitty right here, honestly. We have a chart from September, but I like the premise of it because I've had like a strong conviction that something like this will happen for a long time. Like as soon as these motherfuckers figure out how to apply like imagine it. There's your perfect ideal girl who talks to you at all hours of the day, does whatever the fuck you want at all hours of the day, and it's yours. And it's an AI, and it never argues. It never does nothing to piss you off. And now it's a crypto. I don't know why it needs to be a crypto, but it's a crypto as well. The real SR says Kaz on the daily. But yeah, as far as charts go, I mean it's not the best chart. Again, I've had this chart marked off for a while now. I think it's putting in a low here, and I do think it will work its way up from this low. Actually, momentum turning up on what would be, I believe, a weekly higher low. Yeah, this is what I think a lot of the shitcoins that we saw earlier today are going to end up looking like. Just this one's like further advanced in its formation. I do think it actually tries for a low here. Back above about 16.5 cents is where I'd say, hey, this thing actually has put in a low here and very likely works its way back up towards like 18, 20 cents. Maybe makes a new high from there. I mean, that has been the trend. It has held the higher lows the whole way through. And this is back from 2022 as well. So fair enough. Let's see. Big Bull says Popcat daily, weekly. Popcat. Again, you can tell by the name. It's probably going to be good. What exchange do we go to for this? Popcat. I guess Bybit. Not bad, not bad. Actually, one of the better looking newer shitcoins. Only have a chart from June, so that's useful. It's really hard to do these newer ones, man. It really is. Short term, I know you didn't ask about short term, but this is all that I'm actually getting a chart for. Is I'd be looking for a little bit of downside. Probably comes back down to like 130 or so. Still be a 4-hour high or low though. This thing very well might actually try for a new high from here. Closing a daily back above 140 would very likely bias me towards a retest of prior ultimize, maybe make new ultimize. Below your Sunday, or no, below your 17th of October low, I'd say, okay, this thing's actually wrecked and it's coming back down below $1. But again, hard to do on a lot of these newer ones. Ling Zhang says, do you believe in combining fundamentals and technical analysis together? Yeah. Okay, so it's actually a really good question. Do I believe in combining fundamental and technical analysis together? Kind of. Like, I don't want to trade something that quite literally can die at any moment and be completely rug pulled. And so, because obviously you might have like the best trading strategy in the world, but if something just completely out of the ordinary, like a black swan like that happens and just rug pulls for no reason, then it doesn't matter what your strategy is. Your expected value is 0. And so when you do have fundamentals, if you want to call it that, of a game of musical chairs, then I don't think that's wise. Or at least I would not want to deal with that potential. But when you're talking about fundamentals in cryptocurrencies, most of these things don't have fundamentals anyways, or like real fundamentals. Real fundamentals are like, do you have a working product that brings in revenue? Almost nothing in crypto does. So most of the stuff here is like absolute garbage. That really is a game of musical chairs. So yeah. Let me just pull back to this. But if I'm investing for the long term, I invest in traditional markets like SPY and most of the major indices. Do those have good fundamentals? I guess. The thing is that good technicals should tell you that something has good fundamentals anyways over a long period of time before someone brings up like a newer shitcoin, because obviously a newer shitcoin can have a great chart in the short term, but it just doesn't have history which shows the real direction. Or likely the real direction. So yeah, Gallo Total 3. When altcoin season? Man, you are. I have a very strong vision of the kind of stuff that you're looking for and like in this market. And fair enough, more power to you. And I do think that this one is putting in a low here and will work its way to the upside. But I don't think that. Well, whatever. I mean, yeah. That's what I think. Yeah, I do think that things move to the upside from here. When alt season? The real question that you're asking is, when will my shitcoin outpace Bitcoin while Bitcoin also goes to the upside as well? And for that, I don't think that looking at Bitcoin dominance matters. I don't think that looking at total market cap matters. I think that you need to look at whatever shitcoin you're looking at and measure it versus Bitcoin. And if that's in an uptrend, then that's an alt season. And who gives a fuck what the rest of the market's doing? Because the rest of the market, most things in this market are absolute nonsense, garbage, bullshit. And I think that people get really caught up in looking at Bitcoin dominance and stuff like this, when you can't even trade Bitcoin dominance. Like, Bitcoin dominance has been going up, and people have been doing victory laps of this thing going up, while some shitcoins have gone up like multiple X's versus Bitcoin. And I'm saying this as mostly a fucking Bitcoin maximalist. So alt season has been happening even though this has been going up. So if you're watching this, you're fucking redacted, because it's not telling you what you want to know to begin with. Like, that's the problem with it. There's too many shitcoins within this market that are completely irrelevant, that are naturally just going to downtrend versus Bitcoin anyways. Keep in mind over here, just to like prove my point. If we go into Coin Market Derp, and we go to page 99, and we see all of the shitcoins in the world. There's 9,828 on Coin Market Derp. There's probably more than that, just because it doesn't have everything. But does Kelp DAO, is this doing anything? No, it's not. It's not. But does that not mean that fucking PopCat Derpcoin can go to the moon while this also goes up? Like, no, it's not telling you what you want it to anyway. So it's it's like you're analyzing something that doesn't matter. It's literally playing the redacted Olympics and winning gold. Who cares? Who fucking cares? Sorry, that's way too mean. I'm not even saying that towards anyone particular. It's just because I see a lot of people focus on fucking Bitcoin DOM. It's like you've lost sight of why you look at something. Like, you're not able to critically think about why you're looking at it. Anyways, Joey Burton says desync 4-hour daily AI coins. Desync. Very new shitcoin here. Probably try some upside, but I'm just going off of the weekly here because you do have a couple of higher lows. So I probably would be looking for it to pop back up towards like 20 plus cents or 23, 25 cents. Long term, your breakout's above what, 28 or 29 cents. It's just very new thing. Very, very difficult on these newer things. Very bearish below your October the 9th lows. Very fucking bearish. At that point, it's just lower highs the whole way through and get ready for significantly new lows. A trending move towards new lows. Kemal Sabovic says SHIB on the 4 and daily. All right. It's really nice when something that has at least like a couple years of history. Like this thing. All right. Let's see what this thing's doing. Did we look at this one earlier? No, I don't think so. Ranging on the lows, or not ranging on the lows, but just put in. Look, do I think that this thing's ready to actually pop above your range highs at whatever the hell this number is here? No, I don't. I think you might test around there. You might spike into it just like you did in late September. Reject again, come back down, trade sideways, put in a higher low, and then try an upside move. But here's your long-term chart, just garbage. Made highs in 2021, got nowhere near them in 2024. It's not a good sign. So faster horses in this race. Do I think at some point it will break this right here? Yeah, I do think so. And do I think it'll retest your March highs of this year? Probably. I think best case scenario for this cycle maybe gets back up somewhere around this region here. But short term, is this one more likely to try another upside? I think that this one actually will try another spike to the upside in the short term. I just don't think that that's going to be the move that takes you higher overall. I think it still remains in range. AI girlfriend doesn't leave the toilet seat down. That's right. DJ says, hey, Krown, real stock frog. Okay. I'm really glad that you specified it's a real stock because I would have not guessed it. I would have not guessed it at all. Daily, weekly, much love, man. Much love, choosable, sir. All right. I do want to see the monthly just to see. JFrog. Hard to love a chart that does something like this. Again, born in 2020. Just went down in 2021 during the biggest bull market. Hasn't done much in 2024 while the rest of the market makes new all-time highs. I think at best, you're going to be ranging on these lows for a while. And at best, you do like the crypto dance and do something like this. Can't really get excited about this thing as long as you're below March 2024 highs. Very bearish below October of last year lows. At that point, I'd be looking at this as just an overall trend that is ready to make new lows. Monthly. I mean, because this is a stock, it probably does actually trend towards the downside. Short term, I do think it comes back down here as well. I think it comes back down to like below 30, or it's already almost at 30 anyways, but closer to like 28, something like that. What? There's a who in the chat? A Finn in New Zealand who lives next to Hobbiton. That's fucking awesome, man. We should move there. Like, fuck all this Dubai stuff. Dubai is great for some things, but it's not great for air quality. CZ. Holy shit, it's him. He's out of jail now. I think. Coin. That would be a cool one to look at. Let's check it out. Coin at 210. Last week did pop back above this prior swing high in August. Short term, I do think it pops back down towards $200, but I would actually be looking for that to be a bounce area most likely, somewhere around there. If I'm wrong, you maybe see a daily closure below like 197, and this thing comes back down to the bottom side of the range. But overall, I think it is still, regardless of whether it just has a short-term pullback and then up, or it comes all the way back down to even like 160 or 170. I do think that is putting in a major low right here in this region. But looking at the weekly stochastic, I do think that this one, again, maybe it pushes through here after a short-term pullback. I think it could also very well be boom, 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 comes back down and then tries a move. Either which way, I do think that it will eventually pop back above 220 and give a run towards probably 300 overall. Coinbase is the stock that I own, by the way. So I am speaking maybe biased here. Okay. Last one for Anderson 7 and 7 Superverse. Well, it's for Elliot's super shitcoin, which actually is probably one of the better looking long-term shitcoins. Now, to be fair, this one has not surpassed its 2021 highs, which is usually my sort of criteria for not being complete shit. But this one is actually looking quite constructive here. Monthly higher low, monthly stochastic sort of turning back onto the upside. Weekly volatility should be expanding, I'm going to guess. Yeah, it is expanding. I don't know if it pushes through here. A lot of the time you'll retest these prior highs at, 140 or 145 from March of this year and then pull back. I think you kind of got that last week actually, but long term on the monthly, I wouldn't be surprised next month if it actually retakes those highs and puts in a real move towards, $2.5, maybe $3. But I really like the monthly higher low right here. I'm always going to respect that. And again, I do know Elliot, so I know that while I call everything a shitcoin, it's not in any way, shape, or form a knock to him, and hopefully he would know that. Of course he knows that. He's not a fucking lobotomized moron, but I know that he actually fucking cares about his project. And he's actually like working on it in the background. Anyways, who knows what that means for price? Who knows what that means? All right. It's coconut water is the key towards not wrecking your throat. All right. Yeah. Someone says cup and handle. I mean, cup and handle is typically a continuation pattern, not a reversal pattern. This would be a reversal here, but it is a reversal nonetheless with a higher low and already retesting this prior high. I mean, I guess it could reject here, but unlikely. More likely to continue than not. Just does it pull back in the short term or not? That's the real question. Overall, I do think that it pushes through, so I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing above $2 in the coming months. All right, that's where we're going to end it for today. It's been a nice, fun stream, talking all sorts of shit. Had a really good time today, as always. I want to wish everyone the best. Even those out there who took offense to today's stream, I apologize. But we'll be back next week with some more offensive content. And also, later today, we'll do a nice little, private stream for the crypto school people. That'll be coming in if you're actually looking to learn how to analysize and, well, actually not necessarily analysize, but trade and formulate trade setups and whatnot. Anyways, that is going to be it for today. As always, it's a private show. Dr. J. That's it for today. As always, wishing you the best of the best. Take care. Much love.